Greetings everyone, Core here, and it's been a cool minute since I've last done a video, and this one I'm actually going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to review a comic, and I know I have my trade bags and I have my comic bentals and stuff like that, but there's a comic that came out yesterday on the 25th of February that kind of interests me, even though I didn't read the original origins of it. The comic that I'm talking about, of course, is Spider-Gwen #1. I don't know how well you can see it. Probably might have to dim my tablet a little bit just so it shows off a little bit better. But I don't know why. It just interests me a lot. I like the design of how Spider-Gwen is. I like the idea of Gwen Stacy actually becoming Spider-Man. Um, so yeah, brief history. Uh, if you haven't seen it, I'll link to a better history lesson for another YouTuber that's really good. Pretty much, there's a different universe. There's an event that happened. It's called the Spider-Verse, where all the Spider-Mans kind of have to group together to defeat this bigger evil. So they go to the different universes, and they go to this new universe that actually has Gwen Stacy as Spider-Man, well, Spider-Woman, but they call her Spider-Gwen because it's not a Peter Parker. It's not a female version of Peter Parker, or it's not Peter Parker at all. So it's definitely different because it's someone else. Granted, I mean, they've had other people be Spider-Man, but that's usually after Spider-Man, Peter Parker dies. Like Miles Morales, or, it's an alternate universe like the daughter of Peter Parker, where she takes over, even though that's technically the same universe. It's just, you know, continuation. It's the future, pretty much. But this one's different because it's actually Gwen Stacy that gets the powers instead of Peter Parker. And if you've read it, it's in Spider-Verse #2 in the series. It's really cool the way that they did it. It's actually really interesting. The whole reason she starts becoming it, because Peter Parker actually gets bullied and never becomes Spider-Man. He actually tries to replicate the serum and become, a hero, just like Spider-Woman. But instead, he actually becomes the Lizard, which I like that. I mean, if you know, basics of the Spider-Man universe, the basic one, the most common, main, I believe it's Earth 626, I believe. You know these characters and what they're supposed to be. But in this universe, of course, they're different. Peter Parker's supposed to be Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy's supposed to be dead. um, and then, all these other cast of characters, which they should pop up in this first issue, which is really interesting to say the least. I'm actually looking forward to it. It's definitely got a really unique art style. I'm not sure how well you can kind of see it. Let me see. You can see on the first page here, they actually show a back history of previously on Spider-Gwen, which actually is the story that happened in the Spider-Verse comic, which is kind of her origin story in a way. Where this one, I thought they were going to pick it up from before that and go into that storyline, but they didn't. Granted, they may still do a flashback and just, bring out the whole storyline better. But this pretty much picks up 3 days after the Spider-Verse event. And Gwen Stacy's trying to show that Spider-Woman is here for the people, here to help, here to be good, not a bad guy. Because they kind of, Joel Jonah Jameson, of course, listed him as a bad guy, just like the regular Spider-Man and stuff like that. So she's, earning, her rank, earning her superhero, persona, stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. It's definitely, the art style is really cool. It feels really, I don't know how you can say, I guess rockish, really raw, but very colorful. As you can see here, it is pretty colorful, and the way that the art style is, I kind of like it because it feels raw. It feels really different than most comic books. How everyone has this one physique, and then they just do have different varieties. This one's really more fluid, it feels like, which works really well for the Spider-Man, style. Is the fluid, making it feel fluid, making the movements feel smooth, feel quick, feel sharp. So I like that. So going down to it, the art style is really cool. The writing is really interesting. They do give the people, their age, how they should talk, which is pretty good. I like it. Um, The first villain that they bring up is the Vulture, which, as you saw, I showed him off a little bit. And, it keeps the same, his backstory and stuff like that. There's a couple interesting things, which, if you're not going to read it, I'll tell you right now, if you're going to read it, just let you know, spoilers, don't listen past this until at least the last 30 seconds, because I'm going to have something interesting for you guys. Okay, spoilers over. They have Frank Castle, which everyone knows as Punisher, of course, in the main in most universes, as a detective. So, as far as what you can tell, he probably hasn't lost his family and stuff like that and gone on the vigilante path yet. I say yet because I'm pretty sure he's going to go on that path sooner or later, because all the universes somehow tie everything together. Tragedy always follows. But as of right now, he's a detective. Granted, he's a very tough detective because they actually show him interrogating the main guy that wrecked the concert from the Spider-Verse episode. And he's literally beating this giant goon up, with his bare hands. And he's, supposed to have no powers or anything. I mean, he's just a badass. And he's really showing it off right now. So, it's pretty interesting to see. I mean, the art style is really cool. It's definitely getting its feet under it. I do like it. I'm probably going to follow it. I'm not sure how. I mean, I might buy the paperbacks. I might just go straight digital. Granted, I may just wait until all the trade backs come out, which they come out pretty fast now. So I like trade backs, as you could tell up there. I'm definitely waiting for the Spider-Verse trade back, because it seems a little late now to get all the copies, and they're kind of expensive. But yeah, it's really cool. I do like it. I'm looking forward to it to see where it goes, because it's alternate universe and everything. The writing seems top notch. The animation, I mean, the animation, the artists, the drawings are really cool, and it's actually interesting because the main copy has the same artist do the cover as the inside, so you definitely get a taste just looking at the cover. Excuse me. But yeah, it's definitely, I look forward to it. It's definitely one that's up there that I'm probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be my first comic that I'm actually gonna see through for the whole run, just because it started when I'm into comics this much. So I guess I'm lucky, and I guess it's lucky that I'm gonna be following it. So I did mention a little earlier, I am gonna have a giveaway because I went to a local store and bought a couple of copies of this. Granted, of course, I've already redeemed one of them, for my tablet. I use, of course, Marvel Comics, and I've already redeemed one, but I bought 3 more copies. And I'm gonna have an update as far as the man cave, because I have updated a few things, so you'll probably see a few little things here and there that have changed. Especially behind me, you'll notice a certain mark. But so I'm doing a contest again, guys. I did one for the Comic Bento Box monthly, and that went pretty okay. It could have done better, but I'm hoping more people are interested in this better, especially since I have 3 copies to give away. Granted, they're going to be digital copies, so you can redeem them at marvel.com/reward redeem. And I'm going to run this until, let's say, the end of February, because that's pretty soon. I'm pretty sure probably people are going to want to read this as soon as possible. So all you got to do, just leave a comment. That's it. You can thumb this video down, thumb it up, do whatever you want. I don't care. Just leave a comment. If you're in by March 1st, by midnight, well, 12:01 a.m., then you'll be entered in. I'll do a random selection, and I'll send you a message with the code to redeem. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. If you at all, I don't care if you watch my videos after this. If you just want the code, just leave a comment. Anyone can enter. It doesn't matter if you're subscribed or not. So, until next time, guys. Later.